Swiping the wrong card for your morning coffee might cost you $1 or $2 in lost rewards. But repeat that mistake across dining, transit, and household spending, and you are throwing away hundreds of dollars in missed value every single year. The effectiveness of your wallet depends on how closely your reward strategy reflects your actual spending behavior, regardless of which method feels more convenient. When a reward strategy fails, it usually happens in one of two ways. The first is execution failure. You know exactly which card to use for a category, but you forget to pull it out at checkout. The second and much more expensive mistake is strategy failure. This happens when you flawlessly execute a spending rule, but that rule is built on completely inaccurate, outdated assumptions about your own habits. This line chart illustrates the problem. The top line shows expected rewards based on manual tracking. The lower, jagged line shows actual realized rewards. The red space is the strategy gap. Optimizers using manual spreadsheets punch in numbers infrequently, unaware this gap steadily widens. So today, we are going to break down exactly why manual tracking leaves so many points on the table and look at where automated bank sync exposes that hidden value. Because credit card optimization requires matching your overarching strategy to the reality of what happens at the cash register. Manual tracking starts with very deliberate inputs. You sit down, log your cards, list your spending categories, and estimate your monthly balances. The problem is that guessing you spend exactly $600 a month on groceries ignores the reality of your day-to-day life. Over time, a manual budget drifts. You underestimate how much you spend at restaurants. A new $10 streaming service goes completely unnoticed, and a weekend trip throws the entire month's average out of balance. Looking at this chart, we compare intentions with bank statements. Flat bars show budgeted groceries, but volatile spikes are what actually happened. It's small, forgotten transactions, a $12 lunch and $18 rideshare, that determine if a multiplier pays off. If you run rewards calculations using stale manual inputs, you get a polished, mathematically perfect answer to the completely wrong question. If you carry multiple cards, manual tracking exposes you to two major financial traps. The first is spending caps. Many premium cards offer an excellent multiplier on categories like groceries or gas, but only up to a specific quarterly or annual limit. After that, your earning rate drops to a flat base tier. A spreadsheet cannot tap you on the shoulder mid-month to tell you exactly when you hit that limit. As spending fills up to the cap limit line, everything is green, but the second it crosses that invisible threshold, it turns red. Every dollar spent in that red zone means losing reward value, while better alternative cards sit completely unused. The second major trap is merchant category miscoding. Marketing materials for a credit card will give you clean, simple category labels. The reality of how merchants process payments is almost never that clean. A big box retailer might code entirely differently than your local supermarket. A food delivery charge might bypass a card's restaurant multiplier altogether. If you rely purely on assumed categories, your designated primary dining card might end up being a mathematically poor choice for your actual ordering habits. This is where BankSync steps in. It bypasses the guesswork entirely by pulling your actual transaction data directly into an optimization platform. Instead of relying on your memory or a manually updated spreadsheet, BankSync connects to your financial institutions to provide automated, transaction-level evidence. This data identifies your exact spending limits in real time and catches actual merchant coding, surfacing missed opportunities that manual trackers simply cannot see. But there is a trade-off. To use it, you have to trust a third-party platform with your financial data and occasionally deal with the maintenance of re-authenticating your accounts. There is also a distinct blind spot to this automated method. An algorithm sees the numbers of the purchase, but it lacks the human intent behind it. If you buy an $800 airline ticket, raw automated data assumes you spend heavily on travel. It takes human context, adding a reimbursable business expense tag to correct that assumption. Treating a one-time work expense as a recurring habit will completely skew your long-term recommendations. Raw data alone does not create perfection. It requires human context to translate those numbers into a reliable strategy. Deciding which tracking method to use comes down to the complexity of your wallet and your personal privacy boundaries. This decision tree asks, do you manage 3 or more cards with spending caps? If no, manual tracking protects privacy and reveals obvious caps. If yes, the path splits again, asking if you are modeling future setups or tracking daily spend. Manual tracking is unparalleled for modeling hypothetical scenarios, like plugging in estimated numbers to test out a potential new card before committing to its annual fee. While manual tracking is an excellent tool for future forecasting, it is practically insufficient for executing a complex multi-card wallet daily. For serious optimizers, the most effective approach merges both tracking philosophies into a single hybrid setup. Phase 1 starts with manual inputs. Establish your baseline strategy, define your card benefits, and map out expected annual fees. Phase 2 activates BankSync. This verifies actual category behavior against that baseline and catches missed reward opportunities the moment they happen. This combination gives you the flexibility to plan ahead without forcing you to rely on a perfect memory for every single minor purchase you make. It does require some maintenance. You need to spend a few minutes a month reviewing your synced data to flag those unusual, one-off purchases. Collecting financial data is secondary. The real goal is turning every eligible purchase into a deliberate, verified rewards decision. By marrying your manual strategy with automated evidence, you ensure your wallet actually earns what it should.